UN High Seas Treaty. Why is it in news? UN has adopted its first ever treaty to protect marine life of the high seas. Okay. The treaty will be opened for signature on September 20, 2003 during the annual meet of leaders on General Assembly. Okay. It will affect the ratification of 60 countries. So this just means that it is for the protection of marine life in high seas. Okay. It is the first ever treaty by UN for the protection of marine life in high seas. Okay. Now, the other name of the treaty is Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction, or BBNJ. This is the other name of UN High Seas Treaty. Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdictions. Okay. So this is a global treaty for the conservation and sustainable use of biological resource on high seas. Okay. High seas means they are open oceans. So there are 4 objectives of the High Seas Treaty. First one, we said that the major thing is to protect the marine life, right? So here we need to demarcate the marine protected areas mainly. Okay, first thing is we need to demarcation of the marine protected areas. Then also the marine genetic resources need to be sustainably used. Then what we need to do is we need to do the environmental impact assessment. Okay, in the major for all major activities in the ocean. Like we know regarding some mine refineries are in the ocean, right? So we need to know what are the impacts regarding the refineries in the ocean is causing to the ocean, marine ecosystem, etc. So like that, environmental impact assessment should be done. Okay. And also we need to do capacity building and technology transfer. These are some of the major objectives of the treaty. To identify or to demarcate the marine protected areas, then to use the marine genetic resources sustainably, then also to have the environmental impact assessment for the activities which are carried in the ocean, and also the capacity building and technology transfer. Okay. Capacity building and technology transfer means many countries are involved. Nearly 60 countries or 70 countries are involved in this, right? So here all the countries will, all the countries will be having, one country will be having advanced technology compared to other. So when this technology is used for the protection of the marine environment means there will be a technology transfer from that country to other countries as well, right? So here they will be cooperating there will be a cooperation in the marine protection area. This treaty will be working under the UN clause. High Seas Treaty will work as an implementation agreement under the UN clause. Now, what is UN clause? United Nations Convention on Law of Seas. Okay. This is in 1982. What it will do? It will divide the area of sea according to maritime zones or zones of sea. Okay. The zones are internal water, territorial sea, contiguous zone, exclusive economic zone, and high seas. Okay. It is the only international convention which stipulates a framework for state jurisdiction in maritime spaces. This means that maritime accordingly, when a state is having or making laws regarding to their sea or coastal area, they are in accordance with the UN clause. Okay. It provides a different legal status to different maritime zones. There are 5 maritime zones which we will be discussing, and also there are difference in the activities or laws of each zones. Okay. Now, this is what we said. We said that the countries, when the countries make laws for their coastal regions or for the sea in their coast, okay, this will be according to the rules of the or laws regarding the UN clause. Okay. So this is the area of or 5 zones or maritime zones. First is international waters, then territorial sea, then contiguous zone, exclusive economic zone, and high seas. Now, first thing is, what is a baseline? Baseline means it is the low water line along the coast as officially recognized by the coastal state. See this? This is the baseline. Okay. This is the low water area up to which a state officially recognizes its extent. Now, the next thing is internal waters. Internal waters on the land or on the landward side of the baseline from which the breadth of territorial sea is measured. This means that, see, this is internal waters. This is internal waters. This means that from the land, here land to baseline, this region is internal water. Okay, from baseline, the territorial sea starts, but from baseline to the land is internal waters. Here, what is the importance? We said that according till the baseline, the countries can make the laws, right? So this means that countries have full sovereignty over internal waters. They can decide what can do and they do accordingly. And this internal waters are the countries, okay? Full sovereignty. They have the full sovereignty. Now, here they can construct bays, ports, inlets, rivers, even lakes to that area to the sea are there. They can claim it accordingly. Okay. There is no right of innocent passage through internal water. No right of internal passage through internal water means the outsider cannot claim, come there and claim it as theirs. Okay. Clear? Internal waters. Next one is territorial sea. Territorial sea means, territorial sea is this one. From baseline to 12 nautical mile. This is the area of sea from baseline to 12 nautical mile. That is the territorial sea. Clear? Here, the coastal states have sovereignty and jurisdiction over the territorial sea. Okay, but the right extend not only to the surface but also to the seabed, sea soil, and even airspace. Okay, but the difference here is, as we said before, in the internal waters, there is no innocent passage allowed, right? But here, it is limited by innocent passage. That is the major difference. Here also, the states have their sovereignty, can do what they want in the surface, okay, seabed, sea soil, and in the airspace, they can do accordingly. But the thing or the difference here is regarding the innocent passage. Okay. Now, the next thing is regarding the contiguous zone. Okay. Contiguous zone means from here to here. That is till 24 nautical miles. That is contiguous zone. This means that it is an intermediary zone between territory sea and high sea. As we know, it is the in between the territorial sea and the high sea. High sea is the open ocean. Okay. Okay. Here, it only gives jurisdiction to the state on the ocean surface and floor, does not produce air and space rights. Okay, that is the major difference. The countries have the access to the sea surface and also the sea floor, but not to the air. But in territorial sea, we can see that even the air or the space rights is also to the countries. But when we see that's contiguous zone, here no air or space sovereignty to the countries available. Clear? Next is exclusive economic zone. This means that from baseline to 200 nautical miles. Baseline to 200 nautical miles. This one. This is the exclusive economic zone. Okay. We always say measurement from baseline. Initially, we said that from baseline to land is internal water. From baseline to 12 nautical mile is territorial water. Baseline is to 24 nautical mile is contiguous zone. Now, baseline to 200 nautical mile is exclusive economic zone. Clear? Sovereign rights are there for the countries, but it is restricted to exploring, exploiting, conserving, managing natural resources. Okay? And mainly to the seabed and subsoil. Okay? Mainly here also to the seabed and subsoil. Sovereign rights are restricted to seabed and subsoil, underwater sea only, not to the air and the space. No. No. From contiguous zone, air and space is not available to the country as a sovereign right. Now, the other thing to be noted is here air and space, they can have or they can allow the other countries to be in the air and space also. Okay, this is the exclusive economic zone. The next thing is high seas, which we know as the open oceans. Okay, they are beyond the 200 nautical miles.